McKenna. Good dig by Ava McSorley for the Red Raiders. There's Clark to Goretti. Chops it over. That's good still. She got a hand under it on the court. Clark. The point on the deflection. And the Rangers have their largest lead of the night here in the first set, 12-9. And a timeout by Melrose and head coach Sully. So talking about the two head coaches, head coach Scott Sully in his 22nd season at Melrose, he has 434 wins. Just at Melrose, he has 584 wins, another 150 wins at Avon and at St. John's Prep prior to that. And then he's also in the Hall of Fame. His team won a state championship in 2012. Meanwhile, across the way for the Rangers, Roger Anderson in his 23rd season has 382 career wins. He's won. His teams have won 2 state championships in 2007 and 2017, and he was inducted into the Mass Coaches Hall of Fame back in 2014. His assistants, I should mention tonight, Steve Aronson, Janice Spofford, Alex Sincata Guest, Mary Aronson, Jeff Lerman, Julie Hutchinson, Casey Kraus, Brian Bardell, and Kylie Murray. The serve here leading by 3, 12-9 in the first set. McKenna Thrush. At the net for the Rangers, and it's 13-9 Westborough. Once again, Division II semifinal, state semifinal action of girls volleyball. Thrush with the serve. Oh, great block at the net by Lee and Anderson. That is out, and the point goes to the Rangers, and they're staying on a little bit of a run here with number 5, McKenna Thrush, serving. 14-9 Westborough over Melrose in the first set. Great serve by McKenna. Sukos. Got to get that in play, and she does. That was Julia Goretti. Goretti keeps it alive to Kwong. Anderson, just a sophomore. Nice play by the Rangers at the net, and there's Anderson, and she finishes it, and it goes to 15-9 Westborough. One thing that's been strong for the Rangers all season long has been their serving, and I know McKenna can't hear me, so I don't think I'm going to be jinxing her. There it is. Another good serve by Thrush. Kwong. Clark, and the finish by Christine Lee gives the Rangers a 7-point, 16-9 lead here in the first set. Red Raiders trying to get the serve back. Thrush not making it easy, but that's a long one. So the side out goes to Melrose. 16-10 Rangers in the first set. Coming in to serve for Melrose will be number 4, I believe, Emma Desmond, the junior. Kwong saves it. Clark. Now Anderson gets it over. Must get the ball over the net after 3 hits on your side. There's Kwong with another great dig. Clark. And they're calling a double hit violation against Shannon Clark. She only had a couple during the course of the undefeated run here, but she got called for that one. So the point goes to Melrose. They still trail by 5. There's Thrush and Clark and Lee. But the block at the net by number 14, Chloe Gentili. And Melrose maintains the serve. They now trail by 4, 16-12. Thrush, Clark, Anderson. Nice dig by Ava McSorley. There's Sukos. There's Clark to Lee, and she finishes it. 17-12, Rangers up by 5. They'll get the ball back, and it will be number 18, senior Christine Lee, serving. Kwong will come out. Grace Burns back in for the Rangers. Burns, Anderson, and Goretti up front. And a service error against the Rangers, so the ball goes back to Melrose. Trailing by 4, Melrose is. Chloe Gentili to serve. Goes to Kwong. Now Clark, and then Anderson. You'll hear that a lot, that combination. Anderson pushed it over. At the net, nice block. Goretti and Burns, the dynamic duo on the right side for the Rangers. There's Anderson, way up high. Got to play everything here. You've got the rafters, you got things in the way, but you still got to play. Goretti. Goretti. Just long, and it's 17-14. We have a 3-point game. That's the great thing right now about this game, especially at the high school level. The momentum swings back and forth. Can be up by 5 or 6 1 minute, and the next minute you're up just a couple. Here the Rangers are up by 3 in the first set, 17-14. Once again, live action from Watertown High School. Goretti. And the finish by Melrose. Cuts it to 2 points. It's just a 2-point Westborough lead now, as Chloe Gentili will continue to serve for the Red Raiders. Anderson off the deflection of Emma Desmond, and that point will go over to Westborough. And Addie Moore will come in with a 3-point lead to serve for the Rangers. Moore, just a sophomore, already one of the best servers in Massachusetts. You can see why. Back and forth we go, 18-16, side out to the Red Raiders. Number 13, Gia Vlachkovic, the junior, will be serving for the Red Raiders. Clark with a nice setup to Quinn Anderson. And boy, did she finish that one off. 19-16, Rangers, and Anderson will serve. She's just a sophomore. Amazing at the net, but also in the back row, and a great server. And again with the ace for Quinn Anderson. Gives the Rangers a 20-16 lead here in the first set. And a timeout for the Red Raiders broadcast. Across the way you'll see the scoreboard. It says Raiders, which happens to be the name of the home team here, the Watertown Red Raiders, but it's also the name of the Melrose girls volleyball team. They're the Red Raiders as well. However, they're the guests tonight. The reason they're the guests, and they have 16 points, is because the Rangers are undefeated at 20-0. They're the top seed, and they're the 20 that you see. So when you see Raiders on the scoreboard, that actually is Rangers tonight, and the guests are the other Raider teams. Addie Moore, sophomore, will be serving for the Rangers. Block at the net there by Grace Burns. Here's the set. There's Burns. Burns finishes it off the nice set from Shannon Clark. And the Rangers are up 18-11 in the second set. Addie Moore serving. Moore, Thrush, Kwong, Burns, Anderson, and setter Shannon Clark. And that one will be a bit long. Haven't seen that out of Addie in a long time. And that happens. 18-12 now. 6-point Ranger lead. They'll need to get the serve back. Anderson, Sukos, Anderson, Clark. Clark tried to go deep on that one. Sukos at the net. It was blocked. Burns and Clark over on that right side for the Rangers. There's the set. There's Anderson. And a nice dig there by Autumn Whalen. Kept alive. Rangers with the big point after a long volley. And they go up 19-12 here in the second set. And number 14, sophomore Quinn Anderson will be serving. Anderson. Oh, nice. And the finish, Grace Burns over the net. 20 for the guests this set. That would be your Westborough Rangers. 12 for the Raiders. That will be the home team, Red Raiders of Melrose. So 20-12, Westborough here in the second set. Westborough on the season has swept 17 of their 20 opponents. Swept them 3-0. They're up 1-0 and have a 20-12 lead here in the second set. The Rangers also have lost the second set only twice all year. As a matter of fact, they've only lost 3 sets the entire season. They have not lost a third or fourth set this year, and let's hope that continues. Meanwhile, for Melrose, they've lost only 1 first set and now 2 tonight because they lost that first set to your Westborough Rangers. And they've lost the second set 2 times. And for Westborough fans, we're hoping a third. So the Rangers by 8 here in the second set. Sophomore number 14, Quinn Anderson serving. Quinn with a great serve and the ace for Quinn Anderson. And a 21-12 lead for the Rangers. They're back up by 9. The server has 5 seconds from the time the whistle's blown to get off the serve. Sukos, it's going to be long, and that's going to give the Rangers a 22-12 lead. That matches their largest lead of this second set. Anderson trying to finish it out for the Rangers here in the second set. Remember, you must win 3. Teams must win 3 out of 5. Oh, great dig! Great dig by Quinn Anderson. The attempt by Shannon Clark, just not high enough. And the ball goes back to Melrose. The Red Raiders trail 22-13, and the All-State Elena Sukos will be serving. That's 4. Call it 4 service errors by Elena Sukos tonight. That wasn't to be expected. There's a reason she's an All-State player. Rangers now lead by 10 again, 23-13. Melissa Kwong, senior, number 1, serving for the Rangers. A great serve, and there's an ace by Melissa Kwong. The Rangers are just 1 point away from a second set victory and a 2-0 lead in this Division II Girls Volleyball State Championship State Semifinal round. Here's Melissa Kwong. Oh, just at the top of the net. Couldn't get over, so the Rangers will have to wait for another one. 24-14, ball goes over to the Red Raiders. Remember, you must win by 2. Right now, the Rangers up by 10. Christine Lee for the finish in the second set off the assist from Shannon Clark. I believe the Rangers will have the serve here to start the third set. Grace Burns will come out. To start the game, McKenna Thrush will be serving. Rangers will have Shannon Clark, the setter, along with Melissa Kwong, Quinn Anderson, Julia Goretti, and Christine Lee. So about to get underway here for the third set. This is a Red Raider team that's come back from adversity. They did it in their last match against Bill Ricker, although they trailed 2-1 in that one. They're trying to get this third game as Thrush gets it underway with a nice serve. Sukos, Kwong, Clark, and Anderson. That goes long, and the Red Raiders take a 1-0 lead to start this third set. Rangers set it up how they wanted it, just a little bit long. Desmond now serving, number 4 for the Red Raiders. That's McKenna Thrush to Shannon Clark and Quinn Anderson right back at you. And the point by the Red Raiders as they start this third set with a 2-0 lead. Desmond to serve. Addie's number, 5-3. That one's low. So a service error there for the Rangers gives the ball back to the Red Raiders, who lead this third set 6-3. Moore, Clark, Anderson. Just got it in the corner. Number 14, corner pocket, 6-4. Rangers trail by 2, and it happens so many times the person who gets the point now will be serving, and that's number 14, sophomore Quinn Anderson, all-state player. Great server, great digger, great up front and in the back row. Oh, great dig by Melissa Kwong. Just a little bit long, and it's a 7-4 game now. Red Raiders up by 3. Sukos to serve. Kwong, Clark, Thrush. Got to get that one over on the third attempt here, and they do. There's Anderson, Clark. Clark, sneaky Clark. Oh, that one fell in. That one fell in. Point to the Rangers for sure. Lots of times they'll give you a little pancake, that hand right on the court, and they get underneath the ball. But that time unsuccessful for the Red Raiders. Get the ball back to the Rangers, trailing 7-5. Melissa Kwong serving. There's Kwong now. Dug that one out for Anderson to Thrush. Yes, and the finish by McKenna Thrush. And it's a 7-6 game. Even the scoreboard keeper was confused on that one, giving points to which team is which. The Rangers are now the 7. Actually, the Rangers are the 6. The Red Raiders are the 7. Clark keeps it alive to Kwong, to Anderson. Right back over. That's usually good news for the offense. Christine Lee. Oh, Lee finishes it off. Reach from behind her back to send that one over the net and tie the score at 7. 7-7 Red Raiders and Rangers. Now the scoreboard doesn't matter. Each team has 7. It will be changing here momentarily as Melissa Kwong gets off a beautiful serve. And the finish by the Red Raiders give them the 8-7 lead. No, it's the Rangers with the point. Rangers 8, Red Raiders 7. Melissa Kwong serving. Ooh, and that one, a little bit too much mustard on that one for Melissa Kwong. And now we're tied at 8. Once again, first one to 25 must win by 2. That's the case for the first 4 sets. If the Rangers win this set, then it will be over. The match will be over. They're up 2 sets to none. Anderson trying to finish it. A joust at the net, won by the Red Raiders, Chloe Gentili. And Melrose has a 9-8 lead. There's a reason both these teams are here in the state semifinals, because they're good, and they're showing it right now. 9-8 game Red Raiders with the lead. There's Addie Moore to Shannon Clark, and Quinn Anderson finishes it for the Rangers and ties it again at 9. Addie Moore will come out, Julia Goretti comes in, and that means that number 15, Shannon Clark, the junior, will be serving with a chance to give the Rangers the lead. Five, 4, 3, remember 5 seconds in between serves, and just out on that serve by Clark, and it's a 10-9 Red Raider lead. Side out to Melrose, number 15, Ava Burns serving. Rotation, I believe, is what they're calling it, a rotation violation. This happened a couple times during the course of the season. Rangers got called for a rotation violation. They're going to live with it. They're going to live with it. And they trail by 2, 11-9. Yep, here we go. Clark trying to maintain control here. Rangers have 4 in the back row. Clark, Kwong, Anderson, and Thrush. Ready to go is Goretti. And now a 3-point lead for the Melrose Red Raiders. 12-9 Melrose. I'll get it right. And a timeout by the Rangers. So again, not to be repetitive, but I have to be because we're looking at the scoreboard. The 12 is for the guests this set, who is the Red Raiders of Melrose. The 9 is for your Westborough Rangers. This is the 3rd set. The Rangers are up 2 sets to none. And it's a best of 5. So a Ranger win here would get them a shot at the state championship later this week. Melrose must win this set just to force a 4th set. They're only down 3, the Rangers are. Time to regroup coming out of the timeout. They usually don't panic. As a matter of fact, they usually come through in times of trouble. Great digs by Kwong and Anderson. But the Red Raiders take a 13-9 lead. They're up by 4. I believe that's their largest lead of the night. This in the 3rd set. Point to the Rangers. It's 13-10. It may be 14-10. Scoreboard might not be right. They're checking it just to see. McKenna Thrush getting ready to serve after the side out. Control over to the Rangers. There's Thrush's serve. Nice dig. Up at the net, Burns and Lee. And a double hit violation against the Red Raiders. And it's a 2-point game, 13-11. Although I see one of the officials down below us, the R2, the second referee, checking with the scorekeepers to see what the score might be. I don't know why they'd be confused is right. Right. Never seen anything like it. They've caused the confusion by changing The Rangers should be the Raiders the entire night. The Raiders are the home team. The Raiders are the top seed. The Raiders are undefeated. The Rangers are. The Rangers are. The Rangers are. I'm getting confused. Point to the Rangers. And we believe it's 13-12 Red Raiders. And a timeout, Melrose. Good crowd came down across the way, the student body, and right in front of us, a lot of the parents and past alumni. That's the one thing about this volleyball family at Westborough High School. They continue to support, and years down the road, their Ranger volleyball girls. See lots of them in the stands tonight. And a lot of the girls' soccer players are here. They're playing in the state semifinals tomorrow night. Boy, those Westborough girls, there's got to be something in the water. All right, so looking across the way, the Raiders, as the Rangers have 12. They're down a point there against the Red Raiders, but they lead 2-0. McKenna Thrush serving. There's Thrush's serve. Kept alive by the Red Raiders. They get it over, Thrush, Clark, and Anderson finishes it and ties the score at 13 in the third set. Rangers have come all the way back. And McKenna Thrush, number 5, will continue to serve for the Rangers. Thrush with the floater. She gets it over. Chloe Gentili returns it. Shannon Clark, Melissa Kwong. Finish, Anderson at the net. That's got to be 4. Yep, 4 hits. You can only have 3 on each side. And the point goes to the Rangers, and they take a 14-13 lead. Rangers up by 1. McKenna Thrush serving. Oh, beautiful net serve. There's Thrush and Clark and Christine Lee finishes it. 15 Rangers, 13 Red Raiders. Set number 3, Rangers up 2-0. Best of 5. McKenna Thrush serving. Thrush at the net. Clark. And a great attempt by Christine Lee. But the ball goes back to the Red Raiders, trailing by a point, 15-14. And there's a service error by Melrose, and it's a 2-point Ranger lead. They've had quite a few of those tonight. The difference in these two teams, great serving team Westborough is. There's a reason they're 20-0. Christine Lee serving. Kept in and kept alive. That's usually a good sign for the Rangers. They can set up their offense. And it goes back to Quinn Anderson, but the beautiful block at the net. Double block by Gia Vlhkovic and Chloe Gentili for the Red Raiders. And the Red Raiders trail by 1, their chance to tie this up with Gentili serving. That's Chloe. Her sister Grace, a sophomore, is also on this Melrose team. Oh, nice job by Anderson. To Clark, to Goretti. Rangers, Kwong keeps it alive. Over to Goretti. Back over by Grace Burns. She goes deep. Rangers trying to set up the defense now. And the finish by Melrose. And guess what? We're tied at 16 in this third set. 16 all. Thrush Clark. And not much Quinn Anderson could do with that one. And Melrose with a 17-16 lead in this third set. Thrush. Clark. And Grace Burns with the finish. Burn. Baby Burn. Grace Burns. 17-17. Rangers and Red Raiders. And number 2, Addie Moore, will be serving for Westborough in a tie game. Third set. Wow. Just a little low on the connection. And it's 18-17 Red Raiders. Red Raiders are saying this one's not over yet. Kwong to Clark to Anderson. They'll have a chance at that. Oh, nice job by Addie Moore with the quick hands. And off the deflection, off the block by Grace Burns, the ball stayed in. And the Red Raiders take a 2-point lead here late in the third set. And a timeout for the Rangers. Westborough TV proud to be bringing you this exciting Division II girls volleyball state semifinal action between your Westborough Rangers and the Red Raiders of Melrose, who lead this one 19-17. But your Rangers are up 2-0. Can they battle back, or are the Red Raiders going to live for another set? We shall see in the coming minutes here at Watertown High School. Supposed to be a neutral site? Maybe, maybe not. Melrose plays here a couple of times during the course of the year. We mentioned that Watertown is the Red Raiders. They're the host high school. And Melrose are the Red Raiders, but your Rangers are up 2-0 and trying to battle back in this third set. Clark to Grace Burns. Burns gets it over. Red Raiders on the offense now, and that's out. I believe that was long. Point to the Rangers, just wide. And a big point for Westborough as number 14, Quinn Anderson, will be serving and a chance to tie the game at 19. Sophomore Quinn Anderson. Burns with the fingertip. Now a point. Ooh, Shannon Clark tried to go after the save by Grace Burns. And a big point there by Sadie Jaggers for Melrose, and it gives them a 2-point lead, 20-18. Now Sukos has had difficulty tonight on the serve. Here's Addie Moore to Clark to Thrush. And the point to the Red Raiders. A 3-point lead, 21-18 Melrose. Oh, and she continues to have serving problems. Thank goodness for Westborough, who will take the ball trailing by 2, 21-19, and senior Melissa Kwong serving. Third set. Rangers up 2-0. Kwong with a beautiful serve. That's usually a good sign for the offense. And there goes Christine Lee off the deflection, and we have a 1-point game in the third set. It's 21-20 with Kwong serving. Autumn Whalen, senior captain, to serve for the Red Raiders. Here we go. This is when it gets exciting, if it hasn't already. Anderson, Clark, Thrush again. The Rangers, the Red Raiders, 26, Christine Lee. Goretti.